Hey guys, welcome back to Red Devil TV. Portugal beat Turkey 3-1 last night. Thank God. Italy getting knocked out by North Macedonia. Madness. Madness. Make sure to watch the Don Robbie watch along that we done last night. I was actually at the Don Robbie watch along for the Portugal versus Turkey game with Turkish and Flex and another Portugal fan as well, Salaj. So guys, make sure to watch the watch along. Look at our reactions to the goals, our analysis on the game. And look, first thing I got to say is we were pretty much comfortable for most of the game. I do want to say that Turkey gave us a good game. I do want to say that they were a threat. Look, I was very worried about the team that Fernando Santos was gonna choose. And look, I think he went bold. He played pretty much, I want to say three very attacking midfielders in the midfield four, and you got Moutinho as the more defensive minded player in that midfield. And I was really worried because we know how good Moutinho is in the midfield. He's very good at controlling it. He's good at slowing it down or quickening it up. So when it came to it, I was very worried because Moutinho is not a physical player. I was worried about him getting bodied. I was worried about getting in trouble defensively because he's not the quickest. But the thing is about, like I just said about Moutinho, he's very experienced. He's a fantastic midfielder. He can slow it down. He could quicken it up. He's very good at controlling the pace of the game. And that's what we saw yesterday. And there were a couple of times where we did get found out defensively. And I do want to say that Font, very slow player. I think he was vital though yesterday. I think he got in some good blocks, some good interceptions. And look, I love that Delo was playing as a Man United fan. I was very glad to see him play. One thing I will say is that I was, the fullbacks yesterday had to remain defensive. The fact we had no defensive midfielder there. I would have liked to see William actually come on a bit earlier for Moutinho. I do think that Moutinho, even though he done well in the midfield, against a better team, you can't play Moutinho in that system. And it shows that Santos, look, he had the confidence and the balls to go for it because, he had been playing too defensively recently with an attacking team. And we had players missing. Renato Sanchez missing, Cancelo missing, Ruben Diaz missing. We still got trouble though. I think Turkey, what let them down is the technical aspect of the players, and nothing was going on for them in the first half. Every pass was terrible. The distribution from the keeper was absolutely dreadful. Soyuncu was defensively terrible the whole game. Demiral was suspect. Yilmaz, not so much in the game. He's too slow. And Turkey, this might do well for them in the future because I feel like they have good upcoming players. So yeah, but look, in terms of the game, I was very impressed with, and this is one thing that Flex on the Don Robbie channel I'd asked me, do you think, and even Turkish as well, he had suggested, do you think even at Man United and Portugal that they try to play to Ronaldo's strengths too much? And I thought, I think that's partly the reason why we're losing games, because we try to rely on too much on one player. But what we saw yesterday is the exact opposite. That whole game, Otavio, Bernardo Silva, Jota, absolutely, the amount of, it was a team effort. I did not see at all at one point where Ronaldo was the main focus in that team. And I'm so glad about that because we've got way too much talent in that team. And I thought too many game winners, too many goal scorers, too many attacking players to rely on one player, honestly. And I thought Ronaldo in the first half in particular was actually one of the best players at, a build-up play and link-up play. And, it was phenomenal, to be completely honest, in that first half. We were extremely comfortable and we should have had another 2-3 goals in that game. That game really, if the penalty goes in, should have finished around 5-2, realistically. But, 3-1, we'll take it. I thought the subs made a massive difference coming on. Rafael Leao, this is not the first game he's come on and he's got an assist. And I think Rafael Leao is putting himself out there to start. Whether he should start in the midfield, I'm not too sure, because I do think Fernando Santos is going to keep a similar formation and similar team for the North Macedonia game. Again, if Italy would have played, I would have been worried. I still think we beat Macedonia. And look, the fact that they beat Italy, it still makes them a difficult matchup, in my opinion. I think they will sit back. I still think Turkey are a better team than Macedonia. I just think Macedonia managed to hang in there. Italy are missing a top goal scorer. They had 30 shots yesterday, 66% possession. So we should beat Macedonia. I think he has to go with a similar team. If it was Italy, you would have to change it up in the midfield. You would have to go with possibly a Nunes, who came on and actually scored yesterday. Someone who's more of a box-to-box, who's going to recover the ball a lot more than perhaps what Moutinho is or any other midfielder there. I feel like someone, even like Bruno Fernandes yesterday, he wasn't so much in the game, but he put a good cross into Jota, who should have scored. It's tough with Bruno because I think he really wants to play in that attacking midfielder, or where he's playing right now is in a more of a, as a centre midfielder, more disciplined in the midfield, and I feel like it's taken away of some of his strengths. But With the front two, I think we played very well yesterday. We looked dangerous everywhere, pretty much. A lot of the midfield and attacking players could have scored yesterday. And against Macedonia, he will have to go with a similar team. He will have to go with midfielders who are going to control the game. We're going to keep possession. We're going to keep possession of the ball and not give it away. And I think players like Matinho do that very well. I think when you look at someone like Matheus Nunes, who is someone who is more of a box-to-box, whose main strengths are recovery and, who is going to get the ball forward. And I feel like he's not better in possession than Matinho, and he's not better in possession than Neves. He's not better in possession than even Renato Sanchez. But even Renato Sanchez, I would argue, is better in the big games, when you're facing a France or a Germany or an Italy, because it's going to go back and forth, and you need someone who's going to be able to drive the ball forward. And I feel like Nunes is not that type of player, but he's a player who can play in that system. But against Macedonia, I would much rather see a similar team, maybe being Rafael Leão win, maybe Cancelo will come back. So I think then, I think Delo was good, but I would rather see Cancelo there. I mean, the fact we had no defensive midfielder, we had to keep our defence tight, so fullbacks were not going to be, as much of an attacking threat yesterday anyway. But Cancelo will come back in. Pepe will probably come back in as well. Nuno Mendes, I would like to see at left back. I think Guerrero has a lot of experience. I think that's why he was used. Disciplining him in the defensive role. And I think, look, I think that there's space for other players to come in. Will Andre Silva come in the front two of Ronaldo? I think Jota is in great form for Liverpool, and I mean, the fact that he played very well yesterday, Jota, and he hasn't played very well for the national team, and I think that's partly the fact he played in our front two. I think in a 4-3-3 and a 4-2-3-1, I think you lose a bit of that attacking threat from Jota because we don't get as much defensively from him. Even though yesterday he was pretty good defensively than usual, and you don't get as much creativity from him because he's not as much of a creative player as a João Felix, as even a Gonçalo Guedes. I think he in the front two could work, because he's gonna track back and he's gonna do the defensive work, and he's more of a creator. I feel like Felix, when he came on, dangerous. I will say that I would like to see Felix come on in this Macedonia game, because Macedonia are going to sit deep. You need a player who can, you can take on players and who can look for those passes, in between the lines. And I think João Felix is an all-round great player. He's very creative. He's going to track back. He's great at pressing. And yesterday, that's what let Turkey down. I feel like the press was hurting them a lot. And even when they pressed us, we were being hurt because, like I said, when you don't have a defensive midfielder, and, I like Matinho, but he's not that type of player. He's slow. He's a player who's going to slow it down or he's going to quicken it. But essentially, when you're getting pressed and you're not a physical player and he's not quick, it's not going to go well. And that's what happened yesterday at times. So I would go with a similar team against Macedonia. It's not going to be an easy game. No game is easy here, but we're at home. It's an advantage. We got to win. We got to go through now. Against Italy, I would have been worried in a sense because Italy are a better team than us. I feel they don't have a better squad than us, but I feel like they're a better team. And even though yesterday I saw a team, I didn't see individuals yesterday. I feel like the formation worked phenomenally against Turkey, but Turkey, they lack pace, they lack confidence, because yesterday, that's what I saw yesterday. Every pass was going out. Bad form. Söyüncü, ever since that Euros, and Turkish was saying this in the watch along, he's been off at Leicester anyway. Demiral at Atalanta, he's been all right, but Turkey yesterday were kind of appalling defensively, to be completely honest with you. So guys, let's see how this Macedonia game goes. I hope for a comfortable win. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Let me know what you thought about the game, and have a great weekend.